There are 3 fastest, most efficient ways to overcome mental confusion, mental indigestion. When it's raining thoughts, you got a point. When you don't know what to do. And if you are on your path towards building something great, you're building your business or on something great, you are on into something, then you probably go through moments like this, if not every day, every other day. Now, the problem is, if we stay there too long, then the speed, the rate at which we grow, it's much slower. We can make it much faster, I assure you that. If you go through these 3 ways, these 3 tools which I'm going to share with you, your growth is going to be much faster because you'll know how to handle, how to overcome and direct your mental focus while you're going through moments like this. The number 1, when you don't know what to do and you're trying to find a way and you're thinking, the first one, which is not the number 1, but is the first step, is to make the distinction between overfeeling and overthinking. Ask yourself, how do you feel while you're going through all those thoughts? If you feel alright and you're just thinking, oh, this might be the best idea, or maybe should I do this, or should I do that? Probably that's overthinking. But while you're trying to think, you're feeling, oh my God, am I gonna get, I'm so dumb, I'm so stupid, that's so hard, that's so impossible. Probably that's more like overfeeling. So make first the distinction. So if you got something with the feelings, then you have to deal with the emotions. So now go on the video or save the video later, how to manage your emotions, emotional intelligence. But if you're really thinking, then today's video is exactly what you want to watch. So the number 1 is to ask yourself, have I done something similar? Because here's the trick. While we're learning a lot and while we know a lot and we face situations when we don't know something, the trick is that we might be feeling like this before. And it gives us the idea that, oh, I got it. I just have to, just a few more days. I have just to think a little bit more because I got it. I got this. I know how to do it or what to do. And we're waiting for something and we think that we know already, but we don't. So ask yourself, have I done something similar? Because if we haven't done something similar, is the number 1, then you have to remember the number 1 thing. When connecting the dots, when connecting the dots, you know what connecting the dots means? Make sure that you at least have 2. Because if you have 1, then you're in trouble. Because if you get to 2 points, then boom, you have a line. But if you have only 1, you have a 360 degrees all over the place. So those moments when we've been through something similar gives us the ideas like, I got this. But if we haven't done something similar, then probably is time to stop overthinking. Now, before we move to the next one, if you've done something similar, good. Use that pattern because we have to do things. So if you haven't done it, you'll have to do it now. So if you have already done something similar, okay, then I've done this, that's what's happened. I've done this, that's what happened. I overthought, that's what happened. Then I made these kind of decisions, how I made those decisions. Okay, boom, now you've got a pattern so that you can use that pattern to improve your decision process right now. So find what's good, do more of that. What's worse, beware of that so that you can improve your own algorithm of making decisions. Because it's a very great thing to have the best solution. Having the best solution is amazing. But to learn to create those solutions is even better. So you have to improve your mindset. How we do that? Through the experience which you already gathered from the past. If you've done it. If you didn't, then you move to the next one. I'm going to share with you all a story before we move to the next one. I was a lot into bodybuilding. I wanted to win the contest. Boom. But also at the same time, I was already a personal trainer and already I was a good specialist in nutrition, sport nutrition, but not at such advanced level. So I said, okay, I want to win the contest. And what I thought is I'll be bulking, muscle. I'll eat and build as much muscle as possible. And 1 month before the show, I will just be starving, and boom, I'll burn all the fat. Boom, I'll get the best shape for the stage. Good luck with that. I got on the stage and like my abs was barely even visible. Right, so that was the first one. Now, afterwards, I said, okay, I haven't done it. So I went and asked someone, a coach in bodybuilding, I want to win a contest. Boom, I've got the plan. Do this, do that, and you'll get it. What happened? I provided it for you. I win the national contest in Italy, in Europe, in bodybuilding. But if we didn't do it, probably it's time to stop reinventing the wheel, to get our ego a little bit down so that we can stop the suffering. Because here's the thing. We are the best at making our lives the worst, but we can also become the best at improving our life. So let's make sure we use our resources for the best rather than going through the same process again and again, letting ourselves being fooled by our ego that, oh, I've got it. I've got this, but we didn't. So we keep repeating the same story. So here's the first thing. Ask yourself if you've done something similar. If you didn't, you move to the next one. The second one is learning from others. That's good. But there's a trick. There's a trick to it. When we learn from others, there are so many teaching. There are so many learn from others. There are so many which say that, oh, I can do it. But we have to be very careful to remember one thing, that what you see when you look at others is you see what they get done. You see what they get done. Oh, it's not visible. You can't even see it on the board. You see the what, but you don't see the how. You don't see how they got it done, let alone the why. They might be telling you, but their why is not your why. The reason why they do what they do is not why do you want to do what you want to do. So we have to learn to translate while learning from others. So what do we have to translate? We have to be very careful. I can tell you one thing, that I was so much into learning from others and learning books and reading books. I'm an avid reader even today, but the impact on my life was so much different after I started to translate that teaching. So what do we have to translate? The number one is who, then is the what, then is the how, and there is the where. Okay? So we have to look at them and say, okay, who are they when you try to learn from something? If somebody which is already 60 years old and is super successful and you try to do what they do, probably it's not the best idea. What do you think? Because of course, they got much more experience and they've been through the lessons in through 40s and 50s, and you are in your 30s or 20s. So it's a little bit different. So you gotta learn also from somebody which is far in the game, but sometimes it's more efficient to learn from somebody which is a little bit in front of you so that you can cut the shortcut and to avoid making dumb mistakes. Then you can look at what was their mission. What's their mission? Because maybe their mission is not your mission. So what they have accomplished probably is not what you want to accomplish. Yeah, they might be wise and good and smart or something else. They might be very good people which can teach you marketing, but in such a way which is not aligned with your values. And it's far away from how you want to bring your service into the world. Then you look at the how, which is the strategy. So use their strategy, maybe, or at least if the vision is the same, which is the where, which is the vision. So you have to get this context right so that you can get over this mental confusion, because very often we learn so much, we read so much, we ask sometimes even too much, and then we try to copy them without knowing what pushed them, what makes them to be so good at what they do. Because if you don't know why do you want to do, what do you want to do, when things are tough, when the bank account is at zero and you have troubles and problems in front of you and you don't know so much, what are you gonna do? You're gonna shut down, and you'll start blaming yourself, and you're gonna think that you're not smart enough or you didn't have what it takes. But if you know why do you want to do what you want to do, you're gonna fly over mountains. You're gonna eat ground, like you're gonna eat it. You're gonna walk on your elbows. Somebody wrote a comment on the section of this video, not this video, the other video, say like, "Oh, you're so dumb, you don't know even any intelligible words." So now I was looking for the word elbow. Now they feel right. So when things are tough, when the situations are hard, and the emotions are all over the place, before you learn how to manage them, if you don't know what's pushing you and why do you want to do what you want to do, you're gonna give up. And we don't want that for you. Nobody wants that for themselves, right? So the most important thing is, while you're learning from others, is to translate. Okay, they wanted to get from point A to point B. How was their way of thinking? How they leveraged some skills or some personality traits or some tools so that I can implement it in my industry, in my business. We have to know how to learn when we're learning indirectly. If we learn directly, then apply it so that you can start creating some dots as experience. So then next time when you're going to feel over confused, then you can look backward and you can see some dots there, not just the feelings of those moments while you were going through or being in the same spot. So I think everything is all right here. So make sure you are not copying others word for word. Learn from them so that you can develop your own algorithm, your own way of finding the best solutions or going through, or how to make decisions when you go through moments like this, when your thoughts are running wild. Okay, always translate. This is the number 2. The number 3, probably heard this many other times. The number 3 is, are you ready? Creativity. Creativity is, wow, when it's in context, you want to remember this. This is very, very good. Creativity, when in context, is your superpower. When out of context, it's fantasy. And very often, men entrepreneurs and everybody else which is on to something, into achieving something, and their minds are running wild, they might misplace the fantasy with creativity, wishful thinking sometimes. What does it mean? That means that is true. Creativity is not something real. Okay? So when it's in context, doesn't mean that it must be real. No, because creativity is making something not tangible when in context. Because creativity is when in context. Doesn't mean it's real, but when it's in context means making something not tangible. I should prepare this for the next one already written. Not tangible into something tangible. That's what is creativity. So when it comes to creativity, what you want to remember is that whatever is the goal in front of you, you're going through this moment of confusion and you want to reach that goal. You have to know what's beyond that goal. The goal of the goal is not the goal itself. Is what do you want to have beyond that goal? So when you are creative, you're not reinventing the wheel and you're using your own opinions just because you like them, which that's very often my thing. I'm very stubborn and I'm learning and learned the basics so that I cannot fool myself. So here is the goal. You have to know what is this goal going to build the bridge between you and and where you want to get. Because if you use your creativity between you and your goal, very often what you need are some strategies and some tools which are not very hard to find. And you better learn those fundamentals, which you can do right accessing the description below. There is a link and you can go to Allow Yourself to Rise, and you can jump on a call 101 with me so we can go through the fundamentals. Like what are the foundations of my mindset? How do I set my goals? How do I set a vision? How do I set a mission? When's my ego playing with me? How do I use my creativity? All of that is there. You do it once in your life, once, and you're done. Afterwards, you're going to improve it, to improve and to build on top of that algorithm, and you're going to improve it. But you got to know the basic, the fundamentals, so you don't get confused. Oh, is this creativity or is this wishful thinking? Oh, I heard that I have to set big goals. That's true. But if you only focus on the goals, you don't know what's after the goal, then you focus so much on the goal, when you can't reach the goal, you start to get angry because like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to reach there. I will never get there. Why? Because I can't reach my goal. That's not true. What is true? It's true that probably there is another way to get there. So you have to be creative in order to know, hey, probably have to set another goal so that I can get there. Probably have to leverage something, rather than being over-focused on the goal. Now, it sounds easy, but it's not really easy. I'm going to share with you a quick framework and where we're going to wrap it up. When it comes to creativity, so that you can get through this mental confusion, when you're over-bombarded with those, make sure that you know also the distinction between what's the vision and what's the mission. In very simple words means the mission is how do I get there? And what's the goal number 1, goal number 2, goal number 3, goal number 4? The where, it's very clear. It's here. That's where I want to get. So that's more a non-negotiable. But you can be very creative on how to get there. Maybe a podcast is going to help you to get there. Maybe you want to be very creative and find a product which is similar to your product, or a feature of your product, and give it as a trial for your customers. You can get there in so many ways. We should get out of that framework that in order to reach that goal, I have to repeat what others have done, and for sure I will get there. It depends on the industry. It depends if you're at the beginning or in the middle or in the growing or in the building your business, or you try to scale your business. So don't jump on the things, on automations and stuff, but you're the building phase of your business. So then you get over confused with so many options. So you got to have clear for yourself. What's the mission I'm on, and what's the vision? So here's the vision. It's more like a non-negotiable. I want to get there because that's what I want. About the mission and the vision is also it's when we went through the first tool, which is ask yourself, have you done something similar or not? Again, if you've done something similar on a different mission, but you had the same mindset and you try to use it, it might work, even if it was in a different direction, on a different area of your life. If it's very similar one into it, like let me bring you a quick example here. Now, we talk about business, but let me bring the gym example. I've seen a few days ago, I was in the gym and I saw a few guys, young guys, 18, 19, 20 years old, and they were trying to train their abs, but that's not the point. But that's good. They're in the gym, they're pushing. That's amazing. That's amazing. But one day they're going to get bored, because in order to build good abs, you also have to balance it with your back training so that you can start building the basic movements, so you go into wrong performance while you're doing those abs, and then you destroy your posture, or then you start to get in a habit where you start to walk like this, and then you train your abs. So you have to start with the basics. Start eating clean before you start measuring how many proteins in per gram per body weight and so on and so forth. So you go from the basic, master the basics. The faster you do it, the faster you move forward. Just a quick note. So coming back here to the creativity. Use your creativity more towards switching the goals if you have to, so that you are adaptable. You can change if you have to. Again, your ego might be there telling you, no, you're a failure. And now about the failure, when your mind also is bombarding you and you're trying to think, but your ego is telling you that you're dumb. I knew you don't know what to do when situations like this comes. Look, inside yourself, inside your mind is the last framework I'm sharing with you so that you can start changing your life right now. Is you have the realist inside yourself, you have the realist, you have the critic, and you have the dreamer. So you have these big voices within yourself. Now, imagine that you are the CEO of this big company, and there are three departments. The departments of the reality, they know everything what's real. They know like this might be real, this is too much. Then you have the department of the critic, which everything looks at all over the place to make sure they don't make mistakes and everything is perfect and you can improve. But if you let them speak, that they don't only do that. Then you have the dreamer department. So like, I want to dream this for myself. Now imagine that you go in the middle of these three departments, you bring them all in, and in the middle, and you start shouting at them, you dumb idiots, you're not productive, you don't know how to do anything. What are you gonna do? What you're gonna do? If you're in one of these departments, you'll say, bro, you got 3 seconds to switch your attitude, otherwise our conversation is gonna end here. Like the hell you're yelling and shouting and telling us and naming us and so on and so forth. But that's what we do with ourselves. When we go into a moment, into situations where we need to be a little bit more visionary, we have to know what's my vision. Boom, we start criticizing. We start criticizing ourselves and we start to see ourselves so small, so unworthy of that big vision. Oh, but I haven't done this. Oh, but they are like this, they're like that, but I'm not like this, I'm not like that. And you start to see yourself smaller and smaller and smaller. Ooh, thoughts are running wild. Oh, maybe I have to give up. Many people do, but you don't want to do that to yourself. So when you have these three departments within yourself, everybody's got a little bit of voice, and you have to integrate them all three together without judging and yelling and shouting at each of them. So you have the realist, use your realist. Oh, what's real that I can really accomplish until tonight or until tomorrow or this week? Let's start with something real so we can boost your productivity a little bit. Then you can go back to the white or blackboard and start mapping again a little bit the situation. Then use your critic when things are coming in, and then you start repeating what you've done and you don't want to do that. And the critic comes in and says, look, you've done already that, didn't work. You got to be a little bit more adaptive. Then you have the dreamer. So you don't have to shut them all down. So you want to bring together. Use these powers of creativity. The creativity here is the cement, the mortar, the mud, which can bring them all together. A little bit of emotional intelligence, a little bit of strategic thinking, a little bit of creativity, and you can hold these departments together so you can start leading them, not relying only on one at a time, and then you're too dreamy and like boom, boom, you build for a few months, you build a vision that you don't have no idea how to go to the next goal. And then you go into the critic and then you don't do nothing because all you do is just criticizing yourself. I'm dumb, I'm an idiot, I haven't done it, what are you gonna do? Oh my gosh, I have so many problems. And then you critiquing yourself. Or you play small, you just do what's real and you forget about being dreamy, being fiery, having that vision, having that mission on which you are trying to build what you're trying to build. So you've got to have all three of them together. So that's what I call self-leadership. When you've got your everything together, for example, let's do this a quick thing. This is going to be very useful. I'm sure of this. It helps so many others. It can help you as well. So look, here's the most people. They see so many things within themselves which are not good. This is not good. This is not good. This is not good. This is not good. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. If you're critiquing yourself, I'm talking about that because there are others who says I'm good at everything. All right, good. Now, many people, what do they try to do? They try to get wherever they want to get and build what they want to build, trying to fix everything. They try to fix this, fix this, fix this, fix this. I want to improve like that. I want to improve that. I improve this, improve this, improve that. Okay, 100 years is not enough even to feel a tenth of it. So what do you do now? good luck. You're suffering. You're never happy, never fulfilled. I'm not saying never satisfied. Who's ever satisfied? We want more. We want to build. We want to be creative. We want to build and grow. And we want to find a balance at a certain point where everybody wants whatever they want. Good. But rather than being over-focused and critiquing yourself, this is not good, this is not good, this is not good. No, that's not how you build great things. And I mean, you can, but it's so painful. And it's a struggle. Let me show you another way. Look, you've got so many things within yourself. Now ask yourself, what is this version of myself I want to build or become? So what's that lifestyle? No, your lifestyle, the many lives you want to have an impact on. We're a number in your bank, we're a lifestyle, we're maybe something for your family, for your future family, whatever it is. Just define it. And go crazy with it. Bring the dreamer department in, play with it, and then don't ignore it. So what do? For that, I need these, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this, and that, which is in these squares here. I'm not good at all at this one. So probably have to rely on something else which they can bring the value in. So that I can take those 1, 2, or 3 skills or superpowers, of which you're very good, you speak very well, you can design very well, where you're very creative. You've got some superpowers within you, something at which you're naturally already not excellent, but you naturally can do it and improve much better. You take that, bring them together. This is my sauce. Boom. Now with this sauce, how can I fulfill this which I want to get? Rather than fighting yourself and critiquing, oh, but I'm still not good at this, I'm still not good at this. Yeah, all life you're not going to be good at everything, but that's all right. As long as you work on them and they are not also hurting others or destroying yourself. So yeah, I'm a little bit like, I have some habits there, some things which I'm working on, but I don't go crazy over that. So because of that, the whole damn thing goes down. All right, good. So let's summarize quickly. The number 1, when you go through moments when you don't know what to do, ask yourself, have I done something similar or not? If you've done something similar, look for the patterns, use it, improve it, so that you can go through this moment and make that decision, so that you can move forward. If you didn't, you didn't. Stop laying the wheel around one point and stop lying to yourself, as we like to do. That, oh, I got it, I've been there, I know, let me, boom, 3 years pass. I'm like, I didn't. That's number 1. Number 2, learn from others and learn to translate. Look at who's speaking, what have they done, how do they bring that information up, what's their strategy, where are they going. So if you go to exploreselfmba.com, you can see our mission, our vision. That's where I'm going. I want that nobody, no man in the world which wants to build a business and wants to build something great, they found something meaningful for themselves, not to struggle with emotions and understanding and what's the strategy and how do I get there. So I want to bring frameworks. I want to help you to bring that, to build that foundation of yourself. Explore Self Mindset Business Academy. So if you go to Allow Yourself to Rise, or you can go to Hack Your Mind Before It Hacks You. It's an entry program. You can have a free access and partially free access. In the description below, you have all the links. Go there, have a taste of it. How is it to start managing your thoughts and your mind? Hack your mind before it hacks you. All right. So when we learn from others, learn also to translate. Where are they going? What's the mission? What's the vision? So that you know from their perspective how things look, so that you can use for yourself what would work for yourself. All right. And another one is, I want to add here the number 2. Nobody can tell you what's the best thing to do, but somebody can help you to become the best, so that you can get wherever you want to get. And the number 3, creativity. Use your creativity. Don't run away from it. Don't confuse it with wishful thinking, but rely a lot on your creativity, because creativity is a divine gift. It's something which is it's hard to be explained in tangible words. It doesn't make always sense. But creativity is that special sauce that can help you to be adaptive and inventive, so you can overcome this obstacle or to set another goal which will build the same bridge towards your vision. So the secret here is to know what's beyond this goal, so you don't get stuck into these bump roads or road bumps, how do you call them, so that you don't get stuck into it. It was like, I can go over it, I can go try on another way. All right, good. Don't get stuck, don't worry, don't see yourself too small, don't see yourself not enough, don't see yourself as not worthy of that big vision which you do have, which I really hope you do have. So that move forward, be bold, be courageous, don't be afraid. And once you master these foundations, which you can do accessing the link in the description below, your life is so much different. Because you know what you've got, you know your sauce, and then you work with it, you become more strategic, and you don't get stuck into these moments of overthinking, all right? Good luck to you, much success, and we'll see you in the next masterclass. Take care, bye-bye.